Hello, thanks for stopping by. Today I'm going to show you how to make fall off the bone roasted chicken with white wine cream curry sauce. Alright, so let's look at the ingredients real quick. We're going to use purple potatoes. Now you can use regular potatoes, of course. This is cipollini onions, carrots, regular onions, bay leaf, chives for garnish. Of course, we need a whole natural chicken, some French white wine, heavy cream, chicken stock, tomato paste, and some turmeric powder to give a nice color to the finishing sauce. The first step of the cooking process is important if you have time. If you don't have time to perform this step, you can skip it and go straight to the cooking. But what I like to do is salt the chicken generously and then air chill the chicken uncovered for 6 hours to overnight. And what this does is draws the moisture out of the skin of the chicken and makes a perfect crispy roasted chicken. For this recipe, I'm going to use half a chicken, which is enough for 2 people. If you have 4 people, for instance, you can use the whole chicken, but I do like to cut it into smaller pieces because it's easier to cook that way. The next step is to generously salt all the pieces of the chicken with kosher salt on all sides and put it in the refrigerator for 6 hours or even better, overnight. All right, so it's been 6 hours of the chicken resting in the fridge uncovered while it was salted, and I want to show you the difference what it looks like as compared to the other chicken that wasn't salted and wasn't uncovered. See how the skin on the air chilled chicken starts to become almost translucent. That's because the salt is drawing that moisture from the skin, and now we're going to be able to make a perfect crispy roasted chicken. All right, so I preheated some clarified butter here in my cast iron pot, and we're gonna start searing the chicken in the pot. And we're gonna do this until the chicken turns beautiful golden brown. I just wanna show you the moment when you turn the chicken, and this is what it has to look like. When it looks like this, it's ready to be flipped over. It took about 5 minutes to reach this level of golden brown crispiness, and I'm gonna give it another 5 minutes on the other side, and then we're going to move to the next step. After the chicken is seared to golden brown on both sides, which should take about 5 minutes per side, we rest it in this plate with the paper towel, and now it's time to add the vegetables to the pot. We're adding roughly chopped onion, celery, carrot, and the bay leaf, and we're gonna cook them until they turn golden brown, and then we're going to put the chicken back in the pot. So when the carrots start turning golden brown and the onions start becoming translucent, it's time to add the chicken back in the pot. When we do that, we're going to add the wine. As you can see, I used half of the bottle of the wine, and now we're gonna gently simmer until the wine almost evaporates. All right, so the wine has almost evaporated. As you can see, there is very little left. So the next step is to preheat the oven to 350 degrees and incorporate the tomato paste in the chicken stock. As you can see, we initially had a quart of chicken stock, so this is half of it. That's a pint. I'm gonna mix the chicken stock with the paste, and it goes right here with the chicken. After we add the chicken stock to the pot and it starts boiling again, it's time to put the lid on and put it inside the oven. Now then the chicken is inside the oven. We're going to cook it for 2 more hours. However, we want to take it out in 1 hour and look at the level of the liquid inside because we don't want it to reduce too much. Okay, so it's been exactly 1 hour and the chicken has been cooking covered inside the oven. Now it's time to take it out and see what it looks like. You gotta be very careful when we open that lid because it's very hot inside. Oh my God, look at that sauce. Look at that sauce. So this liquid on the bottom, this is gonna make our sauce, and I can only imagine how much more vibrant it will turn when I add the turmeric powder. I can't wait to try this. The next step is to put the chicken back in the oven uncovered for another hour. But now we have to keep an eye on the sauce on the bottom of the pot. Make sure it does not evaporate completely, because if it starts reducing too much, we have to keep adding chicken stock and water. In the final hour of the cooking, we have to add the potatoes, the carrots, and the cipollini onion in the oven so they're ready when the chicken is ready. Here we're seasoning the potatoes, the carrots, and the onions with some salt, pepper, and extra virgin olive oil. And now we're going to mix everything together and we're gonna put it in the baking dish. Here we need to add a piece of clarified butter and everything is ready to go in the oven. After the final hour has passed, everything is cooked and ready to serve. So right now we're just going to rest everything on top of the oven and we're going to start working on the sauce. First, I need to rest the chicken in this plate so it goes down in temperature a little bit while I'm making the sauce, but by the time the sauce is ready, the chicken will be perfectly ready to eat. Next, we're going to bring the pot where the chicken was cooking to a low simmer and add the heavy cream and mix it well together. Here we can sprinkle a little bit of the turmeric powder and if you don't like that step, you can skip it. It's still gonna make an amazing sauce. I just felt today like adding an Indian twist to the sauce, and that's what I did. It's very important at every stage of the cooking process to taste the sauce and make sure it doesn't get too salty. The next thing that we need to do is to run the sauce through a mesh colander or a chinois and press it through so we can separate all those vegetables. When this is done, you need to adjust the sauce. In my case, I needed to add some more heavy cream because the sauce was too thick and concentrated, so do that if you have to. When the desired consistency and flavor is reached, it's time to put some butter in the sauce, cold butter, but you have to make sure when you do that to pull the pan off of the fire. Now, as you can see, I put the pan to the right of the burner where the cold stovetop is gonna draw some of that heat from the pan, and this is how you do this. Everything is ready and we are starting to plate. First, we need to gently pour some sauce in the center of the plate and make a perfect circle. Then we arrange pieces of chicken in the center of the plate. After that, we're going to arrange potatoes, carrots, and cipollini onions around the chicken. Next, I happen to have some chive oil and I'm gonna drizzle it on top of the dish because it creates a beautiful visual element. But if you don't have chive oil, you can use truffle oil or extra virgin olive oil. Those also work perfectly well. And now I'm going to sprinkle with some freshly chopped fine chives, and I'm going to decorate with 2 sprigs of chive. All right, trying the chicken. The sauce is absolutely outstanding. Unbelievable. Wow. Very decadent flavor. Let's try the chicken. Oh my God, the meat is falling off the bone. Wow. See how it's coming apart? Oh my God. Wow. This is absolutely amazing. Unbelievable. Wow. Amazing. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, write me a comment below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe because I got a lot of amazing recipes coming up. Thank you again. Have a good night.